Crystal here. Welcome to another video with the Intact Immersive HQ. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do this Starry Night inspired generative look in TouchDesigner. Starry Night's probably one of the most recognized paintings from Van Gogh, and I really wanted to create this kind of movement, moody look in TouchDesigner, and this is what I created. You can use a movie device in. And I really like the movements it creates. There's like a little bit of a trail delay. It's creating this curl noise effect. Or you can also use a movie file in and have the video movement to create this look. And you can also cross between them too. And excited to show you how to make this. So let's begin. So as always, we'll start with a clean network, and I will add a video device in. And you can select your webcam or a camera. Hi there. And I want to flip this because this is my left hand that's showing on the right, and I like the orientation to be correct. So I'll add a flip top, and I will flip the X. My left hand, right hand, happy, great. And if you don't want to use a video device in, you can also do a movie file in. And if you can choose your own movie file, or you can use one of the sample files, it'll add this beautiful wheat nature video. Great. I'll put a cross between this. Then just as I'm demoing, I can easily cross between these two inputs. I will add a level top, but I'll mess with this later on towards the end. We'll kind of color correct this afterwards. And I'll add a resolution top. Since when we're going to make this top into a pop, all the different pixels are going to become a particle. And if it is going to be 640 by 480 or 1200 by 720, it can be quite hard on your computer depending on your GPU, and you'll see a lot of frame drop. So we're going to just down res this to make sure that the FPS doesn't drop as much. So on this resolution top, I'm going to make it half. And you can play around with this. Maybe you'll change it to quarters or eighth, or maybe you don't need to use this. Awesome. And I'll add a null. And this null, I'll name it video input. Great. And then I will add a pop, top to pop. Awesome. You see, if you zoom in, that each pixel is like a particle now, or dot point. It's a point. And if I bypass this resolution, you see how it's a little more, there's just more. It's double the amount. Boop. And after this, I will add a random pop. And it's a little bit crazy. Let's change some of the parameters. This type, I'll change it to Gaussian. And I will lower this amplitude quite a bit to be about 0.015. And I will also increase the exponent a little bit. And you can play around with these values. And you'll go back and mess with this. Great. After this, I'll add a noise pop. And it's a little bit crazy. So let's mess with these parameters. I will change the period a little bit higher. And the harmonic spread, I will also increase that a bit. And the amplitude, I will lower it and increase the exponent. And I want this to be moving. So on the transform page, on transform 4D, I will do abs time dot seconds. And I'll even slow it down even more by multiplying it by 0.1. Nice. I like this kind of graceful looking movement. And you can go back and play around, like maybe you actually want to increase this period a little bit more, or this like harmonic. Awesome. After this, I'll add a trail pop. And now it really creates this kind of curl noise, Starry Night look. And you can increase the trail increments. I'll have it to be like 2.2. And also the trail length and the trail increments. You can kind of just go back and forth and seeing something like. So right now we're still on 60 FPS. Let's see if I bypass this resolution. The FPS, it's not horrible, but it did drop because there is just more points. So actually it dropped quite a bit by half. So just kind of showing you why this resolution top is here. And you can see how it is like more dense when it has, it doesn't have a down res. Okay, so after this trail, let's go back to Topland. I'll connect this with a geometry comp. And I want to render this. So we will need a camera comp, a light comp, and a render top. Great. Let's zoom in this camera so it's more closer in frame. Something like 1.7 seems pretty good. And this light, you can play if you want to move it, but I think I'm okay for right now. I want to crop these edges off. So I'll use a rectangle top. And I will move this rectangle just a little bit inside of the shape. On the output page, I will change it to be multiply. Awesome. Great. I will add a edge. And in the Starry Night, there's these kind of like light blue, a little yellow lines, and I want to add that in. So what I can do is on the edges, I can play around with the strength. So, and have this be like a yellow. Let's start with that. You can keep it like this, or you can also make it longer by adding a feedback. You can make a feedback loop. I like to just use the one in the palette and image filter, the feedback tool here. Maybe a little bit too much. Then this kind of gives you a little bit more control of how long that outline layer will be. I'll add a level. I want to lower the opacity of this. And then I'll add a over and comp this back. Okay. Let me add a null. Call this out. And first have this in my background. So the Starry Night has a different color scheme. It's like more blue, yellow toned. So let's color correct this so it will also have more of that moody look. We'll go back to the level top that we had, and on the RGB this low blue, I'm going to increase it, which creates a more blue tone. And I can also increase the contrast a bit and play with the gamma amount. And know that there's like a little bit of like a delay, so once you change it, give it a second for update with all the trails and the feedback. Yeah, kind of like this. And let's see how it is if I change the cross. Ooh. And it's also fun if you have like two videos or two different video inputs and have an LFO where it can keep crossing between these two and have it animate between them. And one last thing I'll do is add a background color. So right before the out, after the over, I'll add a transform. And the background color, I'll turn on alpha and turn on comp background. And actually I would want to have like maybe like a dark blue color for it to frame it. And you go back, maybe this level I think is a little bit too bright, so increase this gamma. And here we have it. A Starry Night inspired generative pop TouchDesigner tutorial. I hope you like it, and if you use it and play around with it and post it on social media, feel free to tag the Immersive HQ and myself. I'll leave my handle in the caption below, and see you next time. Bye!
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you like our YouTube content, I highly recommend you check out the Interactive and Immersive HQ Pro. The HQ Pro is the only comprehensive educational resource and community for immersive design, TouchDesigner, and creative tech pros. In the HQ Pro trainings, we cover almost any topic you can think of, and we go way more in depth than we do in our YouTube tutorials. We have a private group where Matthew Reagan, myself, and our other industry veteran and pioneer teachers answer your questions every single day. If that sounds cool, click the link in the description to learn more. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more free TouchDesigner and immersive content.